Hello, hello, hello.
I
Welcome.
thought we was doing intro and everything. Wait, hey. Ain't nobody tell me the red light was on. Good God. Got people out here don't need nobody to know the truth. Wait a minute. What do we?
We would like to welcome you all to Jump Over the Barricade.
Hi everybody. How you doing?
Who are you?
Let's see. I mean, I'm a man of many names. You can call me Beast. You can call me Beast Mode. You can call me Rose. You can call me Rose Mode. You can call me Rose Gold if you are so inclined, though nobody has so far, but I'm giving everybody the option. Whatever you call me though, make sure on the end of it, right on the end, you add that I'm your mama's favorite wrestling reviewer on YouTube and everywhere else that we are. And if she says, "Who's Beast?" ask her all you gotta say, search your feelings. You know it's true.
And some call me Conscience, most call me Sis. He calls me the best thing that's ever happened to him, and if I ever leave, it's a wrap. But I call
It's
myself
over for me,
Val.
folks. I don't want to go back out to these streets.
Who do we have on with us again today?
I like the sidewalk.
Who is joining?
Let's see. Joining us first and foremost is, of course, our esteemed, illustrious, other words that mean great co-host, Reggie M.F. Walker.
Woo woo! Hello, family.
What is going on? This right here is what it's about right here. It is an honor and a blessing, first and foremost, to be in the presence of a queen. So this is big for me today, y'all.
I love you much. Thank you. I love you very much.
I love you more. How y'all doing today, man?
We are good today. Oh, and then there's Mel.
And then Mel just pops up in the middle to give a look and go by.
To give a look. Shout out to my brother Mel. But man,
we love it out here. You never know when Mel is gonna pop in just to give a look.
You never know what you're gonna
get. Never know. But we're always thankful.
With my famous saying, man, what a week in wrestling.
Yeah, it was busy. Busy.
Wait, real quick. Coming on a little bit later on, we do got Ruthless Lala coming on to talk about everything that went down last weekend at Jobber Slam, which Mel was at. I hope Mel comes on. I hope he pops on when Lala comes on so he could tell his side of what happened.
So we need to know what you were there. We want to know what your experience was like being there. So you got to pop on today, bro.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You got to take us like Stu wasn't there to take a bump this time, but you got to tell us what else went on, bro.
We need the double perspective. Double perspective. All right, where are we starting first, gents?
Well, we had Night of Champions last night. Well, yesterday afternoon for us here in the States.
Yes.
For those who didn't see it, you missed a good one.
Yeah. Cause going in, I'm not even gonna front. Going in a lot. Okay, not even a lot. Every reviewer I saw predict Night of Champions, talk about Night of Champions, bring up Night of Champions, was like, this card is dry. Okay?
I was a little skeptical.
Everybody was like, this card.
I mean, I was a little skeptical at first too, but as the show progressed.
Be real, yeah.
First off, we call it Night of Champions. We literally had a grand total of 2 titles on the line.
So we could have, done something different. Or put some more titles on the line.
I didn't get that. So I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Not the control. I'm glad you brought that up. You call it Night of Champions, but only 2 titles were on the line.
It was a whole other thing you could. This could have been King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be Night of Champions.
It didn't.
Yes.
It didn't. Yeah.
We had the finals of both of those on this show. You could have just called it King and Queen of the Ring. But no, you went with Night of
Shout out to my son in the background. Sorry for that, y'all.
No worries.
Now you went in Night of Champions. That's fine.
So we started off with Raw.
Hold on. Ozzy, get his big ass out the camera.
Man, we're going to start off with Monday Night Raw because Monday Night Raw told some stories Now
That led up to Match Champions.
if you paid attention to this tournament, ladies and gentlemen, you kind of see where this tournament was going to go. I kind of predicted it before it happened.
Same.
When they announced the main event, which we're going to get into between Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. But Raw was pretty interesting to me.
I mean, honestly, once Randy Orton beat Sammy on SmackDown to go to the finals, I pretty much knew which way Cody and Jay was going to go. But they had a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
They had a hell of a match. But we're going to get to it. First, we had Braun Breaker versus Penta. I mean, around here, we've been rocking with Penta since about Lucha Underground. So
yes, a very long time. So this is just, it's so exciting to get to see him in this way. And I feel like, and he's always had a personality anywhere you've watched him, but the personality right now, I mean, he couldn't be more over. No. I really don't think he could be more over. And it's warranted, all the way warranted.
For me personally, apropos of nothing, just once, have him and Io Sky do a face-to-face backstage.
Please, I'll pass out.
I would love to see that.
I'll pass out. That is my favorite match. Pentagon Dark versus the Lotus Triad is my favorite match.
Same.
Oh, in recent wrestling history. My God. Like everyone has to watch that match.
Even, I don't care which members of the audience is like, I don't care if I watch every wrestling review people that I watch every day. After that, and they go, that was weird. Like what was that? I don't care. I understood why they did it.
Yeah.
I just needed it to happen one time.
Yeah. And don't forget, Kyrie was also a part of that.
Yeah.
So there was just something about that. Look, I see it. I can see it.
Me too.
I can see it.
I'm gonna go back and watch it after.
What are you guys' thoughts? Or what are your guys' thoughts? Let's talk about Seth Rollins for a second here.
What's up?
Since Seth acquired these guys, and I mean Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, with a mindset of Paul Heyman, what are you guys' thoughts on Seth assembling these group of guys together?
I go first.
Sure.
While I love the stable and I love this group of guys together, I have literally one nitpick. Braun Breaker gotta literally be a dog now.
Good afternoon, John.
Shout out to my brother John May. What's going on, brother?
Okay. When Byron Saxton walked up to them in the back, and he literally reacted like when somebody new walk into your house. Like, babe, did you see it?
Yes.
Like, he walked up and he literally went from Rick Steiner's son to a dog.
Good job.
And like he's seen him and
yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? Vince McMahon or no Vince McMahon, the WWE is always going to find a way to overdo it, right? It does not matter. So we can take that off of Vince. It was not true because clearly we are still finding a way to just overdo it. We had to be literal, but because wrestling fans aren't smart. Is the theory.
Yes, they are.
His catchphrase
is the theory.
His catchphrase is he got that dog.
Wrestling fans are smart, but some of us
literally have this man playing the role of a red-nosed pit on TV.
Well, I've seen memes on social media where Braun Breaker is barking and had literally actual dogs barking back at him. I can't make this up.
Oh my gosh. They just so.
But going into that match, Braun Breaker.
A lot of things happened this week that you can't make up.
Braun Breaker and Penta starting off the show, put on one hell of a match. Yeah. Shout out to Penta and Braun Breaker. I mean, I love this rivalry when it first started.
Yeah. That spear was
And
thick.
what are you guys' thoughts on that match? Like,
He speared that man's soul out. Like,
yes,
Yeah. Yeah. It happened so quick and so viciously. I was like, did I see it? And then they did the replay. I'm like, oh, I did. My God. Like that was
like you know how when something happens,
wonderful.
like you know how when you like you know you're focusing on something, but it happens so quick, you got to be like, hold up, wait.
Yeah.
right.
Like you got to sit up and focus. Like, hold
Yeah.
up, I saw that. Wait.
No, I thought that was a great match.
Yeah.
That was an awesome match. They,
It was.
two people with a lot of energy, and though Braun is his size, he's still very agile.
Very much so.
And then there's Penta. That's enough said. And then there's Penta.
Aura on aura.
Yeah.
As the kids would say, but still.
Mm-hmm.
So a great match.
Yeah, man, that was. Oof. I definitely like that. In the semifinal for the Queen of the Ring, we had Jade Cargill going up against Roxanne Perez. Now, for a lot of people, this was a foregone conclusion, and for me, it was once I put it in my head that Roxanne was engrossed in the Judgment Day thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was okay. Bet Jade's winning this.
Yeah.
And that's who won. Jade Cargill took the win. She went on to face Asuka last night at Queen of the Ring, which we'll get to. I mean, Night of Champions for the Queen of the Ring, which we'll also get to. But let's talk about Jade for a minute.
I have to give Roxanne credit where credit is due. I didn't think that she had it in her to put on a great match that she did. But Roxanne shocked me in that match. Shout out to Jade for winning that match. But Roxanne, she I see where Judgment Day is doing with her, because being the fact that Liv is out, shout out to Liv Morgan, and for a bad injury. But they need somebody to fill in that void, because what are you going to do with Raquel Rodriguez, which we're going to get into deep into the show. So I love it. I love what I'm seeing from Roxanne.
Absolutely.
I think she's getting an authentic push. It's an authentic push that she definitely earned with her work in, but she also just has a fan base behind her. But I think it's a go for her.
And for you know this, with the NXT, her to lose it every week.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay. And but that's not really anything to do with her. It's just sometimes when someone holds a title for a long time and then they lose it and then they get it back again, I effing hate it.
Yeah.
Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther.
And I love ring general. But anywho.
But yeah, like I hate it. And she held it for a long time, lost it, won it back, and held it for another long time, which I hate even more.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, to hear me when she was NXT Women's Champion is to think that I hated Roxanne Perez. I absolutely don't. But
sometimes we just hate what they do with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but like as far as talent and whatnot, like I've seen Roxanne Perez when she was Roxy in Ring of Honor. So I knew what she was capable of. I knew she was gonna come to WWE and smash, especially being trained by Booker T. So I knew she was gonna come to WWE and do damage. So and now we're actually seeing it. Yeah, I'm loving everything she's doing with Judgment Day so far. But let's talk about Jade for a minute. Why does it seem ever since she's been removed from Bianca The fans. They just not there for her no more.
I'll be honest. Can I be honest?
Be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Please be honest.
And I have felt this way since she was in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wonderful athlete, beautiful, creative, absolutely, and not a bad wrestler, but not the greatest wrestler yet. And also, I'm so sorry, sis, because I support Black women in wrestling, but I have to call a spade. Terrible on the mic.
Oh, she's cooking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I adore her. I do. I support her. I want to see her do great things. And I understand because of the aura around her and all of her other attributes, she is getting this push. I get it. And this sounds terrible. We paid good money for her. That sounds terrible.
It does.
But it's the truth, right? But unfortunately, and nowhere near is it the same thing. But sometimes the vibe gives Eva Marie. I'm sorry.
Take.
I'm sorry.
Sizzling hot take.
I agree with you 1,000%. I wasn't gonna jump on and say nothing about that, but I had to. I agree with you 1,000%.
It's hard to say, but
beautiful to look at.
Yes.
Definitely beautiful to look at. Not great on the mic, but she is a little stiff in the ring. She's very stiff.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Because I said, if she, Jade Cargill's body, Naomi's charisma, and Bianca Belair's ability.
Shut it down.
Perfect wrestler.
Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. That is truth, brother.
That's cooking
that
right
is
there.
truth.
He was cooking.
That is truth.
It's
They would have to build that. The day they find that, it's over. It's over the day they find that and that talent. I mean, all of that in one. That is the perfect. Not even the perfect female wrestler. That is the perfect wrestler.
I see somebody that's approaching that in the Indies, but people gonna say I'm D-Rider, so I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. WWE fans were never there. What do you mean, my brother? Give us some more details.
He said they weren't there for her.
Oh, they weren't there for her. No, they were not.
Thank you. And I was just about to feed into that. Like, he took the words right out my mouth. Has the look. For all the attributes, it hasn't caught up to her yet. I feel that in AEW, that she was just forced. Just like you guys said, she has the body, the talent is there. Everything is there. She just needed a little bit more time. To me, I'm a Jade Cargill fan. To me, she just needs a little bit more time to perfect your craft. This is what you do. You have the body for it. Thank you. The Phantom, the pull-ups, it's there.
Yeah.
The stiffness in the ring, just as you guys brought up, you need more time to train. And this is why they tell kids, don't try this at home. Because it takes time and talent to perfect certain moves. And me watching Jade Cargill wrestle, just like everybody else, she botches a lot. Let's talk about it.
And she acknowledges it
a lot
in the moment.
Let's call.
And you can't do that.
Let's call a spade a spade. When Jade arrived, and she was showing up on every show, and it was like, which brand is she going to? Where is she going? Blah 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 blah. We all know what brand she should have went to.
NXT.
Say it louder.
NXT, yeah, like, black and gold NXT,
like
specifically.
Yes,
Sean would have had her right, yo.
Yeah, it was just rushed.
Sean and them would have had her right for this.
Yeah, and again, none of it. This is nothing against her. Love her. It's not hate. No, not
It's
hate.
not hate.
It's not hate. They're simply just facts about how we feel about the performance. We absolutely love her. And like we said, we know that it's there. It's just not all there right now. We can love and support people and still be honest about their craft. That's the fact.
That's facts.
I wore a Jade shirt to Mania.
Facts.
I've spent my money on the woman, but I can't deny the reality. When you start to deny the reality of the athlete and the abilities and the mic skills, you get Charlotte Flair, and we don't need Charlotte Flair anymore. Jade Cargill has all of it. She has all of it. But she needs the time to get all of it. It needs to simmer. That is a delicious gumbo that needs to simmer. You can't just put that in the pot and serve it. You can't. You can't. It's not hate. It's love, from a place of love. When you love someone, you're a mirror. Look into it. It's not a bad thing.
It's true.
I gotta say something to him about what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing with Montez Ford, you can't sit there and say he don't want to get pushed. He loves his brother. That's why he's staying in a tag team with his brother. He could have been broke off. They had little glimpses of him trying to break away, but he said no because I know what they're gonna do to my brother. I want to stay with my brother. So you can't say that about Montez Ford. And black wrestlers, let's not even go there on that. Let's not even go there on that, how they portray black wrestlers on there. They give them stupid gimmicks like R-Truth. I'm sorry.
R-Truth.
Love R-Truth. Love R-Truth. But I love Ron Killings a lot more because it's showing a more serious side of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't agree with what he's saying.
Call it spade is spade. Carmelo Hayes is floundering right
now. I couldn't sit back on that one.
You cooked it right, bro.
I apologize.
You good. You good.
Let's call it spade a spade. Like look at Carmelo Hayes. Look where he was. Where he is.
Mm-hmm. But and back to Jade. Some people just need NXT, and that's okay.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Jade,
definitely.
Yeah, it's okay. And people have to stop thinking that if you go to NXT, that means you have something to work on. Yeah, you have something to work on, but let's not sleep on NXT. Let's not sleep on NXT.
No.
It's okay that she just needs more time to grow. They should have given her that. And then the reaction that she got from the Saudi fans would probably not have happened. It's a case in point.
I could shut the whole argument down with one question. Anybody that think Jade Cargill should not have gone to NXT, answer me this: is Jade Cargill better than Jordynne Grace?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And where's Jordynne Grace?
And NXT right now, getting ready to fight an Evolution for the NXT Women's title, which we're going to dive into.
Yeah,
I rest my case. Defense rep.
It's love, though. It is love. Let's move on.
It is.
To talk about, but it is all love.
It's all love.
It is all love. Never mistake that.
It's all love.
Never mistake that.
Love Jade Cargill. Will always
love you to death, but
we have growing to do. We have to grow.
You gotta grow.
Just gotta grow.
Got to call it spade a spade.
All right, we've got the women's IC, Becky versus Bayley, correct?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
And we had a little visitor in the end. Had a little visitor,
which is very intriguing. I'm actually chomping a little bit to kind of see where it's going because there's possibilities. It could be the typical possibility. It could be the non-typical possibility. It could be what you think is typical, but it's not typical possibility. But I'm interested in the possibility.
I think we're going triple threat, but I just want to know, is it happening?
I said the same thing.
Maybe. That'd be a good place for it.
That's probably the best place for it.
Yeah, that'd be a great place for it. Yeah, absolutely. And especially if you think about who was in it.
Yeah.
Bayley and Becky alone.
Yep.
And then you add Valkyrie, like it'd be a good match.
Yeah, like people. Okay. Curtis, if you're still there, I want you specifically to answer this question in the comments because what you called Lyra Valkyria a couple months ago has never left my mind. Because that shit was hilarious.
I'm glad you brought up Lyra Valkyria because here are my thoughts on Lyra Valkyria.
Hold on, real quick.
I think the feed got stuck. Sorry, Reg.
Yeah, my bad. But yeah.
No, you good.
But yeah. Curtis, if you're still in the comments, to you, is Lyra Valkyria still Unisong? Because to me, she's not. To me, she didn't. She broke out of that shell finally.
And that's where I was going. That's
But
where I was
I
going.
need it from
Lyra
you,
Valkyria.
Curtis. What do you think?
Curtis.
But go ahead, Rich.
Lyra Valkyria. A lot of people have slept on her talent. I've seen it in NXT the first time she fought Becky Lynch for the title. When they put her on the main roster, I said she's going to be something big. Then she wins the title. She tried to elevate that title. Bayley and Bayley, talent there, Grand Slam champion. I love Bayley to death. Here's my thing with this rivalry, and a lot of people is going to agree with me when I say this. Why does every time that Becky Lynch come in, she walks into a title shot?
So, I too have felt strongly about this, Reggie. But I will say this time, I think they did it better than they've done it in the past with Becky and a lot of people. Because usually it's the moment you get back, you get that title shot. Lyra held on to it at least for another month. It at least gave time for people to be like, oh, okay, let's actually be interested in Becky Lynch and be interested in this feud between the two of them, because it didn't just come out of nowhere. We actually had to build a little something, which is not always the case. So while I agree with you, they definitely redeemed themselves a little bit by at least giving it a month to brew. And now that Becky has it, Lyra is not out of the picture, so it doesn't automatically squash her, which is why I'm okay with it this time, to answer your question.
Okay.
I'm glad you said this time, but in general, it's like watching Becky. I like I said, first woman to headline WrestleMania with Ronda and Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Great matchup, by the way. But it's like
Okay,
every time Becky Lynch is on the shelf and she gets injured, hey, Becky, welcome back. Here's a title shot for you. When there's other females on the roster that can take that slot. And
Okay.
then just not getting that thing they did with Charlotte.
You want to know why she not Becky Hogan for me? Okay, you want to know why she not Becky Hogan for me? With that very same scenario, if this were Hogan, he would have asked for all of that.
Yes.
Becky comes back and it just gets handed to her. Is she supposed to say no?
I don't think necessarily she has to say no, but I do think there should be some level of personal integrity when it comes to some things. And hey, I'm not in the business, right? I don't do this. I have no concept of what this would really be like. I'm not under the stress, the pressure, none of it. But I know in my personal life, there are times when I do have to dig into my own personal integrity to not just take what might be right there because if it's not right at the moment.
And honestly, like people, it's like y'all forget that after these things happen, it always comes out that Becky herself was like, okay, let's use the Bianca. Let's use the time it happened with Bianca for the example. In her book, Becky said how initially when she heard the plan, she was like, no, we can't do that. And then when they heard the plan further, and then after they talked to Bianca about it, she saw how it would, how it was going to help Bianca down the line. Because don't get me wrong, when it happened with Bianca, initially, off rip, we hated it. Okay? We hated it.
Yeah.
But after like a day or two of thinking about it, I presented that same scenario to my wife, and her stance kind of softened on it.
My issue is never giving them the shot. My issue is just make sure we're not burying.
Let's go somewhere that makes sense for both people.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know, like let's not
that makes sense. And I'm sorry to cut. Can we talk about this segment?
Because
when he came out with aggression. He came out with intensity. It was a great book, by the way. Shout out to my brother Brian.
Yeah, I'm actually going to listen to it.
But I want to talk about Gunther and Goldberg because Gunther came out with a whole lot of fire in that pro. Yes, we do, bro. We do, bro. We do. We do.
The reaction is only, it is, believe me, the reaction it's not about Gunther. The reaction is about Goldberg.
Sis.
Yes, brother.
So on SmackDown, right?
Well,
I brought up Gunther and Goldberg.
SmackDown, right?
I wanted to know your guys' opinion on this because to me, I think this solidifies Gunther if Gunther pulls out the win.
But Reggie, we said this last week. Gunther's already solidified.
I know he's solidified, but
let's make it short and sweet. Let's make it short and sweet. Short and sweet. Unnecessary. No one asked for it.
We sacrificed Jey Uso's title reign for this.
And here's the thing. Everyone knows Gunther from the beginning. That's my, I love him. My everything. Love him. Love him. Okay? Love him. He didn't need it again. It wasn't necessary at all. It wasn't necessary. And if it was a matter of us needing to get it off of Jay for some reason, okay, just make it make sense and not Gunther again because he didn't need it again. But dag nabbit for that bill. No one asked for it. You was out of breath by the time you got to the bottom of the ring.
And you was limping the whole way.
Bill.
I brought this up because I wanted to pick her brain.
Oh, no one wanted this.
Well,
because here's my thing. It's okay to just be done. And Hunter, Paul, if you don't stop acting like that old man.
You know what this is.
Okay?
You know, no, because
you don't stop.
Because now that you bring up Paul.
Dagnabbit.
Because now that you bring up Paul.
Unnecessary.
Nah. It just dawned on me, and I'm so stupid for this. Paul ain't never liked Goldberg. Paul ain't never liked that man. He's fighting us to make him to entertain himself. Stop acting like it.
William is exactly what we need. No, we don't, John. We don't.
Stop acting like your daddy-in-law. I'm not gonna say his name, but stop acting like your daddy-in-law. That's his thing. He does that. Stop acting like him.
So I think we all know how we feel about it.
I only brought that up to pick your brain. I wanted to see what your thoughts were on that. That's why I brought up.
Hold on. I see somebody in the comment. I see somebody in the background that I want them to weigh in on this. I'm not even gonna say who it is.
A brother of another.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything different to say than what y'all already said. But my heart is gonna die if I don't say it too. No one asked for this.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
Thank you.
Goldberg, you already have ruined and tarnished how many people now? Every time you come back, want to get a world title, universal something, so your kids can see how great you were back in 1999. We don't care.
And then you hurt yourself in the
Take them get a DVD and look at you.
You hurt yourself in the process
So,
every time.
hey, YouTube and Google is your friend. If you want your
Joe
kids to see you do that shit,
hates man.
at least so my kids can see me put my arm in the rim. Like, no, go to YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, where do we start? Let's see Goldberg Fiend. People.
Don't even bring up Goldberg and the Fiend, man. That still hurts.
Don't even,
That still hurts.
Goldberg in the
I
Fiend
like
is a
that for my
disappointment.
Dex.
Lucky you,
Yeah.
because I can't. Because I had to watch it.
We've already talked about
Goldberg
Cody
in the
versus
Fiend was a
Jay.
disappointment.
Oh, yeah. Goldberg. And then listen.
So
hey,
back to
SmackDown.
let me just put it out there. Okay. The way these video packages are looking, and the way words are being said in these promos, I'm scared. Okay?
I am too.
utterly
Because you gotta put that
terrified.
what if in the back
I'm not
of your
gonna
mind.
don't say it.
You gotta
Don't
put
say
that.
it. Because if you say it, it's in the air. Don't say it. But I'm scared. Okay? I'm scared.
No, I took him out of that. He's not even going to put that in the atmosphere. Get out for that.
I'm scared.
Oh God. Well, let's wrap up Raw. We already talked about Cody versus Jay. But
Yes, great match.
yes, but
Great
we
match.
did also have Raquel called out
Rhea.
Mrs. Ripley, mommy.
Mother.
And her and
Mother.
Roxanne put Mama through a table.
Oh.
But
Raquel, let me just say this. You switched up quite nicely, didn't you?
Facts.
You switched up quite nicely, quite quickly, didn't you?
listen, a girl has to know her allies, and Mrs. Ripley is my heart. But a girl she knows her allies.
Okay.
She do what she gotta do.
You was side eyeing and dirty look. You was almost barking at Roxanne every time she came up to the Judgment Day locker room.
We're almost to Punkonomics. We're almost there. We're getting there right now.
And Rhea, Rhea, Liv goes down with a dislocated shoulder, and all of a sudden y'all hugged up in the corner, hugging
In the corner. After
What y'all doing?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Listen,
What are we doing?
Liv got cable. All right, Liv got Netflix. Okay,
Liv is a Wiccan. She might be able to do something.
Liv got Netflix.
Never know.
She watching all of this. Okay, 6 months. 6 months.
All right, now we have made it to Dubai. SmackDown.
Yeah.
SmackDown.
Oh wait, no, Saudi.
Saudi. Excuse me, not Dubai. Saudi. My bad.
Saudi.
Don't come get me. Saudi.
Oh, don't come get me.
Sorry. We made it to Saudi.
I hey, Prince, I waved at you at Mania. You saw me. You saw me. I said, hey, Prince.
But a lot of people did not get to see the interaction in the beginning between Cody and Randy because.
Do y'all want to know why?
Do people do you know why, Reg?
Like Reg, do you know what?
I know why.
Power? Do you know what cut it?
What cut the power? What cut the power?
Okay. Folks, you couldn't write this shit.
It's the cousin.
Pardon my French.
Family.
But folks, you couldn't write this stuff. So we missed Cody and Randy's entire promo because the power went out to the whole arena. Ask me why, folks.
Why, folks?
A camel chewed the cord.
A camera chewed the cord.
A camel chewed the main power cord to the entire show.
Saudi.
That's Saudi for you.
You can't write that, folks.
I mean, I think that's pretty great. But nevertheless, if you go back and watch, it really was a great back and forth between Cody and Randy. It's set up really good for their finals for the King of the Ring the next night.
Which we'll get to, but Cody was wrestling very heel.
Yes, we will talk about that too, because I actually wanted to bring that up specifically. But we did start with JC Mateo versus Big Jim Uso. Now, I don't know if y'all feel this way, but I kind of felt like they fed Jim. He was a meal.
I mean,
and I get it, but not Big Jim though.
Okay, Jim, we love Big Jim.
For real.
Okay, but if we're calling spades.
I mean, yeah, but he didn't have to be fed to him. I'm not mad about JC winning. I'm fine with that, and you're not wrong. That's not even it. But he didn't have to be fed like that.
I mean,
he didn't have to be fed.
I mean,
he was fed. I agree with that.
But he was fed. He didn't have to be.
He didn't.
But again, you got to look who he in the ring with. Anybody you put him in the ring with is basically being fed.
Well,
that's Jeff Cobb.
Solo.
That's Matanza Cueto.
Interfered.
Okay.
Solo had a little something to say about it. Solo's trying to get Big Jim to join him back.
Wants him to come back
to the fam. But the Samoan werewolf, nah, we not doing
Well, first Jimmy slapped him in the face.
Which was very entertaining.
Yes.
It was very
What did the five fingers say to the face?
Yeah, it was very entertaining.
And Solo's hilarious.
He is.
Let's rip that band.
He is.
Like Solo's hilarious. Solo's entertaining.
He is very entertaining.
I'm not mad at anything. You know what I'm talking about. We'll get to it.
Very entertaining. But setting up for Jacob versus Solo at Night of Champions. And we'll get to that too. So that was it wasn't a bad match, obviously.
No.
But I can't necessarily say I loved it because chomped up.
Matanza.
I get it, but dang. Then we had something that I was not sure was going to happen. Julia versus Zelina Vega.
I knew this was happening.
Now listen, and I'm cool with it. I love Zelina Vega. I'm cool with it though because
I do too.
Julia.
Yes,
Julia, the new Women's United States Champion.
Like Zelina, I love you. They need to change it. They need to change your theme song because it sounds exactly like the SmackDown opening intro theme song now. But the beautiful.
I said that last week.
Yeah.
The beautiful madness is all I have to say.
I said that last week. Like, why does her music sound like a SmackDown theme song?
Like it sounds exactly like it sounds. I think it's the same song. I'm not convinced it's not.
And I love Zelina Vega. She had a great pop when she won, then the fans went home. And I don't think she was able to recover from that, unfortunately for her. And that makes the title run. It makes the title run rough. It really does, especially coming from Chelsea Green. I was just gonna say, let's talk about the real victim and all of this. It's Zelina Vega.
It's Chelsea Green.
Well, it's Chelsea Green, and I understand that it was time for. I could have watched Chelsea Green longer, as the United States Women's Champion. Absolutely.
Make sense no more.
Yeah, I could have watched her longer.
Make sense no more.
But yeah,
the Secret Harvest don't make sense no more because she's not U.S. champion no more.
I hope they stop fumbling this title.
And now that it's on Julia, I don't want Chelsea Green to get it back.
Right.
I'm not mad that the title is on Julia. I think to me, like I said, here's my thoughts on Zelina Vega. Zelina, talented, great title push, but it was time for her to lose that title. It was time.
But I don't know about it being time.
She needed.
But
it needed.
I get it.
It needed. Yeah.
I don't know about it being time, but I definitely get it.
Did you see her face afterwards when she lost?
Yeah, she wasn't happy. She was not happy. But I mean,
But you can't deny that it wasn't going well.
that's true. It was going great.
It wasn't going well.
No.
I mean, it was.
Aaron.
I'm not even gonna say it wasn't going well. It was going along. It was just moving along. That's all.
And that indicates well.
It doesn't indicate not well.
But it doesn't
was just
indicate.
moving.
But it doesn't. But does it indicate dollar signs?
No, honestly,
Right.
no.
And
absolutely
so
not.
it
But
needed. So it was time. In
Like-
their perspective.
For
It
example,
was time.
As a fan, though, I was okay with the change.
let me just say, soon as Julia said she was going for it, I said, "Well, there's." I said, "Well, there's your new."
Right.
United
Okay.
States
But so the
champion.
question is, when you found out Zelina was going for it, did you have that same reaction?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I was shocked. I was shocked at the 3 count when she beat.
Yeah. And then we had a little back and forth between Jade and Asuka.
I'm just saying, it sounds like
Yes.
itching on
Yes.
Zelina, and I'm not.
No,
I'm
it's
really
not. It's okay to love people and be honest. I'm not gonna say that again. I'm not gonna say that again.
Okay, I just want it out there.
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
like I love Zelina Vega. Okay.
We could have, it's an opinion. Asuka and Jade had a little back and forth, and our Miss Money in the Bank,
Came out and saved that segment.
indeed, because
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead. Say it again.
we don't have to say it again. It's okay. But Naomi absolutely saved the segment. If they're going where we think they're going, I'm cool with it because at the end it gets Naomi what she deserves.
Yep.
So go with it. Go with it. Go with it. And
Like okay.
Yes.
We done told him to stop acting like his daddy-in-law. Just because we see where something's going doesn't mean don't do it.
right.
Do it.
Yes.
Okay.
And people are behind Naomi as Mrs. Money in the Bank. They are behind,
Yes.
Christmas caution.
Only thing I don't like is the theme song, but even
I don't care for the theme song. I'm not wild about it.
Grow on me
but
because of the
yeah.
presentation.
But she has not let us down one time since she has been on that screen
Not at all.
as
No.
This iteration.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
not once.
Proceed
She
with
has
caution.
been entertaining in multiple ways. She's tugged at the heartstrings. She has made you say, "Ooh, girl, I've clutched my pearls" from Twitter. Like but I've always liked
Yeah.
Naomi.
Like,
But
you need to calm down on Twitter, man.
Oh no, don't calm down.
My.
Don't calm down.
Gas
Oh,
pedal,
my.
baby.
Yeah, don't calm down.
The gas pedal, okay? Rev the engines. I'm for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but no, she absolutely saved that segment. And even though Asuka came out, on top of the segment at the end of the game, yeah, I think she saved it for sure. And I'm appreciating Asuka. I've always loved Asuka. But this Asuka, I like there's a darkness about this Asuka that I appreciate. It's still Asuka, it's not to say that she's a heel or anything. It's just it's a refined Asuka, if you want to say. Like it's just a little darker. It's richer. It's a richer Asuka.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate Asuka, not milk chocolate Asuka.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Merlot Asuka, not Stella Rosa Asuka.
Not Merlot.
It's deep, it's bold,
It's
it's rich.
Full body.
Yeah.
DIY
Thank you.
was backstage
Thank you for
trying to
DIY.
rev up the tag team division. That was a funny segment. DIY was trying to rev up the tag
Tommaso
division.
Ciampa is more hilarious than him and Johnny are
Yes.
funnier than they get credit for.
Yeah, they are. And they play heel and face so well. They do. They really are two people that can do pretty much whatever you give them. But sometimes that is a detriment, and it's a blessing and it can be a curse, right?
Mhm.
I appreciate what they're doing with the tag team division right now. Honestly, they're holding it together. They're holding it together on their end of things. On their end of things, they're putting it together, and all the while, and the street, of course, street profits. That's without question. But then to be able, but then to be able to be that entertaining, push yourselves, but then also push the Wyatt Six at the same time, that is talent. Those two men are doing, and you have to acknowledge that fact, right? They are getting themselves over. They're getting the division over on its own without, mentioning. We know what the Street Profits are doing, but you're getting over an entire faction that everyone wants to see succeed.
You about to.
They're doing it.
You about to see why I'm having the existential crisis over here.
Just stop shaking the camera.
I know.
And she got her original theme back.
I think we need to have a
She did get the original theme back, Don.
I think we need to have a serious talk about the Wyatt Six.
Not right now. We'll have a special episode of Jump Over the Barricade Wrestling Podcast to talk about the Wyatt Six.
The Wyatt Six.
Special, no.
I'm just saying.
Don't do it.
I just want to say this. I just want to say this.
No. Cut the feed,
y'all know why we need to have a talk about the Wyatt Six, right?
And we shall, not today.
We
Not
shall.
today.
We need to have a talk now.
And we will. But yeah, give us a little more. What were you thinking about that, Reg?
It led to this. It led to Nick Aldis being in the back with the tag team division, talking to DIY, and it led to a match with Andrade being in the mix. Nick Aldis tells Andrade, pick a partner, and your opponent's is DIY. My question to you two is this. What do you think of the team of Andrade? And those for y'all that didn't see SmackDown, his tag team partner was Rey Fenix.
R-E-Y.
R-E-Y.
What
are your thoughts on that tag team?
I really appreciated it.
I like it.
I liked it a lot.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I know everybody's clamoring for the Lucha Bros to get together, and they will.
Yeah.
They will. But right now, Penta's doing this thing.
And Ray's going to do his. Yeah. Yeah.
Do I think they're booking one better than the other right now? Absolutely.
Yes.
But I can't say I don't get why. If you think about it in the sense of marketing, Penta, especially with kids, and we can verify this as educators of young children who were literally walking the halls of our school doing the Penta slide. Okay.
They asked me 3 days this week, can we walk the entire way to the classroom like that?
Yes. So, in the sense of that, Penta just has a little extra zhuzh, that Ray doesn't have right now, but he has it, just not in the way Penta does right now. So I think they're pushing Penta very well. Ray, they still got to figure out what to do. And if what they're going to do is him and Andrade, I'm cool.
I'm fine with that.
I'm cool. Because he's a great tag team partner. We know he does well.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. And Andrade could use the push. That's a lot of talent.
That's why I was going with it. You took the words right out my mouth, sis. Andrade needed the push.
Yes.
We've seen a great series between him and Carmelo Hayes going back and forth, which was amazing, by the way. But what else were you doing with Andrade? We know that the accolades are there. He former United States champion. Done that. Been there. Done that. Former NXT champion. Been there. Done that. He's back.
Came back.
He left, came back.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing with him? And when I seen this team of him and Rey Fenix, I said they got something right there if they used them correctly.
Yes. Yep.
You can't just pair up two guys, and we've seen this through our years of watching wrestling. You can't pair up two guys and the chemistry is not there.
Yeah.
With them two, I see it.
Yeah.
And I love it. And the potential of them taking over that division, I want to see where it goes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Because we still need to talk about the watch. Anyway.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So yeah, so we had so that ended.
And then we had Aleister Black in Nick Aldis's office.
Yeah.
Trying to get his match that someone got in the way of last week. And then they came and interrupted him again and got in the way again this week.
And we say they because we don't know if it's our truth or if it's Ron Killings. And I don't think he knows either. I kind of called out, I think 2 episodes ago, that there was a time when he was talking, but he was talking to himself.
Mm-hmm.
But like he was talking to himself. So I'm wondering if they're toying with that split personality type deal.
If you notice, the first time when after he attacked John Cena, I think it was either last week or 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
When they cut to the back for the segment, and I love this little piece of nuance. I don't know if you caught it, but right before him and Nick Aldis start talking, he's walking around pacing, and and it looks like he's talking to himself. And you hear him say, "Y'all, all y'all can't be talking at once."
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm glad you brought that up because I thought I was the only one that caught that. I'm like,
no, it was a good little nugget.
Our truth again.
Yeah, it was a good nugget. It was, and I think a smart nugget. Because people want both right now.
I have a theory that even, and I feel like we should, and I hope we're gonna see it later in some way, shape, or form. Even Little Jimmy is one of those characters.
Yes.
Little Jimmy is one of those people in there. Like, trust and believe, folks.
This could be good.
So, yeah. But, he came in, interrupted. He wants John Cena. Didn't even acknowledge that Aleister was behind him. Basically, he felt that he was on. He was like, "Yo, back up. Hey, give me John Cena." They was like, "Well, he's here, but he's not here for you. He's here for Punk." He was like, "Well, I'm here for." He said, "You know what? This was my favorite part because when a person of our hue tells you they want something, you tell them they can't have it, and they go, you know what? Don't even worry about it. You should definitely worry about it.
Yeah,
you should worry about it.
Like, you should be very worried about it. So as soon as he hit that, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I personally was brought back to my old New York days of, you know what? You got it. So if a New Yorker ever tell you, you know what? You got it. You most definitely do not got it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Yes. But Aleister did get his look back for the interruption.
Yeah. Aleister.
Black mask.
Mm-hmm. Black mask to the jaw.
Out.
And he says they're even. Ron don't think they even.
Right. No, this is going to go somewhere.
This is definitely a match I said I was looking forward to.
And I hope that this match, because Aleister is he's a dynamic wrestler. And he's very he can be a technical wrestler. I think this would be a really great way to show what Ron / R-Truth can do to because we know that he's talented, but sometimes they don't really allow him to wrestle. You know? And this is an opportunity where he needs to wrestle.
Yes.
So I hope that that's what this is. I really want to see that. I want to see that side. I do.
You're 100% right on that. Like I had a parent ask me about it this week at work, and I said it then. I was like, I'm intrigued for the Aleister Black situation. Like, yeah, I know the main thing we're supposed to be looking at is him and Cena, but I'm intrigued for the Aleister Black situation, and I want to see that as a match. More importantly, like, he got to start picking up a couple wins, dog.
Yes.
Like it's gonna lose steam if he don't start picking up some wins.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? there's a lot of things that lose steam very quickly if you don't start picking up wins.
Trust
Yeah.
me, we've seen.
Yeah, they need to fully capitalize. Absolutely. But then we had our tag team championship: Street Profits versus Dexter Loomis, Joe Gacy, the Wyatt Six.
We still can't talk about the Wyatt.
We're not going to talk about the Wyatt Six the way you want to talk about the Wyatt Six. We can talk about this match for a second because there was a lot happening.
It was a lot happening in this match.
There was a lot happening.
I'm gonna shut up.
And again, there was a lot happening. And again, it does push the story of the tag team division in general. It pushes everything. The tag team division in general, DIY, Street Profits, and the Wyatt Six. It pushes all of it. There was a match, and then there was hell that broke loose.
Yeah.
Reggie, I'm gonna let you talk about it. He's gonna hush.
I love what they are doing with the tag team division because, let's face it, the tag team division wasn't that great. It is now.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you add a team like the Wyatt Six and you put them against teams like Motor City Machine Guns, put them against teams like the Street Profits, DIY, Pretty Deadly. You got to put them in there too. All of this talent that they have in the tag team division, and for it to be showcased the way that it's being showcased, finally. As far as the Wyatt Six, I'm not going to go deep into them. But I see what they're doing. I'm going to just leave it at that. I see what they're doing.
And then on a special episode of Jump Over the Barricade, we will further discuss the Wyatt Six. And we will let Beast go first because he's going to burst.
The very next episode.
Yes.
We're doing that the very next
God.
episode.
What we got next, Reg? What's next?
Let's dive right into it because this was an awesome back and forth match to me. We're going to dive into, to me, is the main event. Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, main event. Last woman standing for the women's title. Nia,
I enjoyed it.
Me too.
Nia, I love you, sweetheart. I really do.
So do I.
The way that she moves in the ring to me sometimes it just it irks me sometimes.
I get it.
Because
and it's always
you're better than that. Come on.
Yeah.
I get it.
Tiffany, I love it. I love her push. I love the fact that, she's champion, but you got to put Naomi in the back burner because she does have that briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this about Tiffany. I love the way she's carrying herself. She is doing the damn thing with the title. Excuse my language. She is.
It is Tiffy time.
It is Tiffy time.
It is Tiffy time.
It's not on the mic, but everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on the mic. It's getting there, though.
It's getting there. It's getting better.
It's getting better. But
luckily, she makes up for it with the ring, with what she can do in the ring. And that's the thing. Not every champion is going to have all of it.
No.
But you at least need to. But please, just at least be good in the ring, right?
Wait a minute. Where did she hone that at?
And
X. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not to take anything away from Nia, I love, and I was worried when she came back because she has hurt people in the past. That's not an opinion. That's fact. Those are facts. She has hurt people in the past. But I think part of the reason why we're seeing her move the way that she is moving, there could very well be a part of her that knows that. And so she's trying to be more cautious. And when you're trying to be more cautious, you're reckless abandon. Reckless, plug you in there, brother.
Mhm.
It does. It does tend to. It'll diminish a little bit because she might be thinking so hard about not wanting to injure somebody, and I could be dead
Right.
wrong. I could be
Right.
dead wrong. It could have just been whatever it was. But I agree. And she has it.
Yeah, definitely.
She has it. I've always been a fan of Nia, even when she was hurting
Yep.
folk.
Mhm.
I still loved her.
Yes.
I've been a fan of Nia from the
Yes.
vignettes to NXT.
And she's entertaining.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
Very entertaining.
She's very entertaining. And there's not. I love her. When she wins a title, I'm not mad at it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But she just wasn't the one for the night.
No, not for the night.
No,
because
it's Tiffy time right now.
It is well and truly. Tiffy
And that
time.
was a great transition from Nia to Tiffy time.
Yep.
From the both of
Yes.
them. That was a great show from the both of them to get from where we were with Nia as champion to Tiffany.
I just want to say this.
Yes.
Hey, both of y'all, Nia, Tiffany, the rivalry's over now.
I agree.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It has to be. It's
The
time.
rivalry is over
Yeah,
now.
because if it's not, Nia is going to diminish, and we can't have that.
Nia's gonna
She
go down.
needs
Tiffany's
to-
gonna
yes,
go down.
It needs to be
Yeah.
forward momentum from moving forward, because we don't need another Judgment Day situation.
I don't want
No.
to see Tiffany out there cutting another promo and then Nia
Yeah.
attacks her from behind again. I don't
That
wanna
has to
see
be
it.
done. That has to be done.
The rivalry is over
Yeah.
now.
I would like to see Nia eventually go for one of the mid-card titles.
Yes.
I would like to
Yes.
see that.
Nia-
Especially depending on the direction that all that goes. You know,
Not
my
Nia-
thoughts are Bailey next for
Nia get-
IC.
Yeah, like if Nia got moved around, I'd love to see her with the IC. I'd like to see her with the US. Not
Yeah.
now, obviously.
No,
But
when it's
Yeah.
time, yeah.
but you know
Yes,
definitely
Tori.
when it's time.
We remember.
Yes.
But again, that just goes to show how versatile she is
She's
and
hilarious.
entertaining
Yes.
she is.
We seen her in Vegas. That definitely had to pay our respects.
Yes, absolutely. Sitting at a craps table. Yes.
Yep. That's
Love you.
the only reason we asked for a picture. You was busy.
We wanted to let you enjoy your night, but
Yep.
we had to get a little, we love you night,
Mhm.
and run off. So thank you for
You
that.
ran. I stayed.
I ran. I ran.
I stayed. She was gonna see me.
And then Punk Anomics.
Whew.
Punkonomics.
So last week we had the what I'm labeling the "you can't see me" bomb. we had the "you can't see me" bomb, and this week we had basic punkonomics.
It's made it, you know, and I know there's people who don't care for this whole John Cena heel turn storyline, but
Punk was right when he said, "I'm about to make your I'm about to make your program watchable."
right. And here's the thing. He is. There and I understand that there's people who don't care for the whole Cena heel turn, but the supporting actors, the supporting
Everybody
people around it is it's the meat and potatoes of it. And granted, I absolutely appreciate and I've never been a John Cena fan. I like this a little bit because he's able to show the sarcasm more.
I was,
and
but
I
I
appreciate
was again.
Right, I appreciate the sarcasm, but the supporting roles in this whole story is the story, in my personal opinion. And if this is
Yes.
John Cena's, if we want to look at it from like a love letter perspective, if this is his love letter to the WWE to say thank you and goodbye, it is to push or get over some of these other people, whether they be already over or not, because we know Punk is already over. But what it's doing for truth, okay?
Yep.
That's the way to end it.
I disagree with one thing.
Go for
I
it.
get that he has the supporting cast around him, but all the fans are gonna agree with me when I say this. Why Travis Scott? What was
Hey,
T
James.
there for?
Listen, and here go the thing.
Why are you there?
We put.
I've spoken to
listen,
my therapist about that.
We gonna put that
I
to the
buried
side.
that. I have healed
We're putting
from the
Travis
white.
Scott to the side.
Maybe we need a
I don't-
special episode
you know
of what is it? We can make something fun about needing to dig up old things.
if
That'll be a special
hey,
episode
if
because we've
Pusha-
all got that in
hold
us.
up, if Pusha T if Pusha T keep going the way he going, Trips may not invite him to the next one. he might insert Pusha T into the storyline instead.
Yeah, no, that was unnecessary. There's been a lot of things within this whole story that have been unnecessary. We absolutely agree. And Travis Scott
Is the most
is one
unnecessary
of them.
part
at
of this
the
story.
top of that list.
Rock at a close second. With Rocky at a second.
Yeah.
but
But Punk was comical.
oh,
It was
Yes.
entertaining.
Punk had bars, folks.
Yeah, it was good.
Bars.
Punk
It was
had
good.
bars.
Yeah, it was great. I appreciate that for sure, and it was a good way to end.
Hey, the crowd didn't react too heavy for this one, but I did.
Me too.
I did too.
for this specific line. When he was like, he's lost all his respects. But hey, John, I'd retire too if this place rehired my ex.
Yeah. The elephant was in the room. Somebody had to call it out.
The elephant was in the
Okay.
room. The elephant was in the room doing this.
Right.
Yes.
We had to call it out. And that concluded SmackDown.
Yes.
Moving us into the big show, Night of Champions.
I actually believe that.
I
You know
believe that.
what, brother? That would be, and I would appreciate that. That would make me appreciate John Cena even more
Yep.
if he
Yes.
wrote that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. It would make me appreciate it even more if he
I
wrote
actually
that.
believe that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But yeah, let's talk about Night of Champions.
Night of Champions,
before we wrap
Saudi.
up. Wrap up this week.
We started off with King of the Ring.
Indeed. Now,
Get it right.
Cody versus Randy. Randy hit at one point his trademark superplex off the top, and that pretty much spelled how the rest of this match was going to play out for him.
Yeah, lower back.
Lower back became an issue. Cody saw that and zeroed in right away. Like, went immediately to work on the lower back. Wrapped it around the ring post at one point.
It was
Cody was definitely wrestling very heel in this match.
and honestly, it's time.
But you see what it's showing. Cena done got in here.
Yeah.
And now
I mean, he's not wrong though.
exactly. And now he's like, the last time I didn't do whatever it took.
Yeah.
And now I'm sitting here with no title.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna do whatever it takes in every situation.
And
like,
it's
yeah,
time.
you're my boy, you're my friend, you're my mentor, but I'm gonna beat you for this.
Bobby Roode produced this.
He did? Hey, that which
All right.
and
Great
Bobby
production,
Roode,
Bobby Roode.
like, okay. If you only know Bobby Roode from Glorious, you don't know Bobby Roode.
You don't know Bobby.
No.
Okay? Because if you watch Bobby Roode in TNA, ring psychology is Bobby Roode's thing. Like, people used to back in the day, people used to compare Bobby Roode to Triple H.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Not only because they looked alike, but like they wrestled alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's Triple H's nickname? The Cerebral Assassin.
So yes, so I think we may be getting shades of heel Cody.
I think we're gonna get it before too long.
And I'm for it. I'm definitely
I'm
for.
for it, too.
I'm for the switch up.
You want to know when I think we're gonna get it? SummerSlam.
You know, SummerSlam has a Cody went Raheem.
He did.
He did. This is the first time in WWE history that we've had a black female Mrs. Money in the Bank and Mr. Money in the Bank. I'm just joking. It's a joke.
King of the Ring.
King of the Ring. Oh, King of the Ring, yeah.
King
King
of
and Queen of the Ring, excuse
Yeah,
me.
we have a black king and queen.
according to the internet.
According to the internet.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Respectfully, F this Cody.
I disagree, John.
I've enjoyed this Cody, but I'm getting bored of this Cody. So at this point, I don't want to say F this Cody, but I'll say let's transition from this Cody.
And we are.
Yeah. It's
we are.
definitely time.
Indication, we definitely are.
It's time. It's getting stale, unfortunately. It's getting stale.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did some damage to Randy.
He did. I mean, he did a lot, and
It was a good match.
It was a good match.
After he won, he was giving his speech in the ring, and I don't know if y'all saw the look on Randy's face.
Oh, we saw it.
We saw it.
But he didn't look happy. He didn't look respectful. He didn't look like, okay, bro, yeah, you got it, not me. No, he looked like getting tired of your blonde ass up there.
Yeah.
Getting a little tired of this bleach blonde up here. Okay.
Where is Stardust?
Yeah, where?
Where's Stardust? And then our ladies, Mrs. Rhea Romani Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez
in a street fight.
In a street fight. Both dressed very similar.
Let's talk about.
But I love the callback to Rhea's old ring gear.
Everybody in this match looked the same. If it wasn't for different heights, I would have known.
Yeah, they were very much so. It was giving
like
twin.
We had Rhea and Raquel. Then Roxanne showed up dressed like both of them, and I'm like, who are you here to help?
Three Batgirls.
Yeah,
Three Batgirls.
It's like it was the Spider-Man meme with 3 people. Like,
but a good match.
Yeah, it was a great match.
I enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Riptide off the top, off the table. Rhea was terrified up there.
She's like, this is not my bag.
She said that during the post show. They asked her about the spot. She was like, they were like, what was going through your mind? She said, I'm going to fall.
Yeah.
She's like, that was going through my mind. Like the whole time up there was, I'm going to fall. Thankfully, she didn't.
Thankfully, she did not. Yeah, she survived.
No.
But still a really good match.
Executed Riptide, by the way.
Yep.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Cody is giving the new Cena. Here's the thing. It's supposed to be giving that right now, but it's going to stop giving that, I'm predicting, at SummerSlam.
I think that was Cena's whole point.
Yeah.
With the whole, I think that was his whole point with the things that he said to Cody, most recent.
Cody did make sure he kept his eye on Randy. I agree with that, Tori.
Yes,
Well,
he
did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He was like, I know you, the Viper. See, heel Randy
starts to bubble up on the surface, and the crowd will always pop for. Yes, they will.
Yeah.
I don't always agree with him, but Paul is correct.
Indeed. Like, okay. I saw a thing on Twitter. You remember? I think it was Spider-Man 3 when the Green Goblin was in it,
okay.
The mask, like him and it was Henry Osborn at first. That was the Green Goblin, right?
Sounds like a
like not Harry.
60s soul singer, Henry Osborn.
So he had the mask. Like the mask was sitting like on a dumpster or whatnot, and he's like trying to compose himself. But in his head, like it cuts to the mask, and he's like, "You're weak. Look at you. This is what we've become."
Mm-hmm.
And the caption on it was 09 Randy Orton talking to 2025 Randy Orton.
I think I don't think Randy has a lot of time left with this in the WWE, which is okay. He's had an amazing career. Amazing.
Yes.
But he's getting older, and that's okay. And your body is tired. Here's my my warning sign for when it's time for wrestlers to consider throwing in the towel. When you start to walk down the ramp and your knees don't go straight at all, your knees stay bent. Kurt Randall.
Prime
Or-
example of that. Bill
Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg. Exactly. And I know that probably sounds crazy, right? That probably sounds ridiculous. But I want people to just go back and watch. Pull up some good stuff of the WWE from the past. Get on Peacock. And I want you to watch some of our favorites in their older age walk down that daggone ramp. Okay? It shows. And it's okay.
Kevin Nash needs.
Leave my baby daddy out of this.
Sorry.
Leave my baby daddy out
But
of this.
they've never been
He
straight.
just got 2 new ones. Leave him out of this. He's working on it. But it's okay that it's coming to an end, Randy. So my point in that is saying we need the Viper one more time.
Every time that Wolfpack.
Before. We need the Viper one more time.
Yes.
Before. Yeah. And it's okay. He's had a great career. I don't like to see wrestlers run themselves ragged and broken until there's nothing left.
Yes, thank you.
That makes me sad. I don't want to see that for Randy Orton.
You know when I noticed that it was over for Randy, and I love Randy Orton just like everyone else, when they executed that suplex off the top rope. When he executed that suplex off the top rope, and the way he landed on his back, I said it's time for Randy to hang it up. It is time for Randy to hang it up.
And he's still talented. He's still doing his thing.
Here go the thing. I'm not 100% sure he would just sell it.
I don't know.
Maybe he's just that good.
We're not supposed to know.
Because maybe he's just that good.
We're not supposed to know.
Honestly, maybe he's just that good with the sell because, he's been doing this for 20-some odd years now.
Yeah.
Like, Randy Orton is an amazing seller, but, bruh, knowing what we know about your back, I don't know.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Up next.
Yes, we had
Sami
Zayn versus. Oh, and Rhea took that win.
Yep, Rhea took the win.
By the way,
Rhea took that win.
Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross.
He's cross.
He's
carrying cross. He's cross.
Yes.
He's carrying.
I have mixed emotions about this whole match.
Say again?
I have mixed emotions about this whole match.
Let's hear it.
I understand why.
Here's
go ahead.
why. Karrion Kross.
Yep.
What are you doing with Karrion Kross? And I hate this with WWE. He is so. You have a former NXT champion on your roster. You had this great team for him. You bring back AOP just to release them again. Why did you bring them back?
This time you released Paul Ellering too.
After that, you lost. You lost. They lost direction after they released AOP. What to do with Karrion Kross? So what do? We see him in the background. He should have won, and I'm getting to that, John. We see this man in the locker room weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks on end. Why doesn't this man have a match on Raw? Months. Why isn't he booked on Raw? But we see him in catering, or we see him in the background talking to guys like AJ Styles, Sami Zayn. It took for him to get punched in the face for him to get a match at a PLE. And then on top of that, great match, by the way. It could have went either way. But you had him lose at the PLE? Wasting your talent. Wasted talent to me. What are you doing with Karrion Kross?
It's Saudi, though.
Okay. It both should and shouldn't have happened on this show.
Correct.
Should, because Karrion Kross deserves a match on a PLE.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't, because it was in Saudi Arabia.
Correct.
And Sammy was
It's-
never going to lose in Saudi Arabia.
Never gonna lose in Saudi Arabia.
Like,
It's
literally, like Sammy was never going to lose in Saudi Arabia. Should they run it back on the next PLE? Absolutely. Should they run it back on Raw? Sure.
I would.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But, or if you're not gonna, have Carrie give a good reason. Because what I was looking at, I was watching Carrie after the match. And if you notice, he kept reaching for Sammy as if he was still talking to him. And he like I was trying to get a read on what he was saying. I'm like, have him say something like, "This is what I was trying to get you to see. This is what I was trying to bring out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now take this and keep going because this is what could be world champion." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you explain it like that, I'm fine with the loss. I'm totally fine with the loss. If you don't explain it like that, he should have won, but he was never going to win in Saudi. So, do I see more for him? I hope. And by more, I don't mean main event. But do I see more happening for him? I hope so. Because he's too good. He's too good for this, bro.
Yes. If not, we're gonna see what they've been doing to Braun Strowman and a couple of others. You're bringing them back to release them all over again.
Yep.
You're wasting your talent.
That's interesting. Interesting take.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But yeah, Sammy got the win. I like even though I saw it coming. After the second running clothesline from the corner, I was like, Sammy's gonna follow him on the third.
Yeah.
Haluva kick, it's over.
Yeah.
Like,
Great win by Sammy.
Yeah, don't get my one thing for Sami Zayn, he has certain spots that he does every match that I don't like. That springboard off the bottom, backward leapfrog. Every time he does it and wrenches the knee, I'm like, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. That's why I had mixed emotions because when I saw this match, I'm like, okay, this match could go either way. They're not gonna let Sammy. They love Sammy in Saudi, so they're not gonna let him lose there. Then when he did that, with his history of his knee surgery, I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, and that
this is a typical Sami Zayn match.
Yeah, that and then the back and forth Haluva kick. Like I'm like, I've seen you do that to too many people. Like I know when it's coming.
A typical Sami Zayn
I'm not saying
match.
I don't like it, but that one for me, my problem with it is it being predictable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's a dope looking spot. It always looks dope, but I always know when it's coming.
So we get to a title change coming up. And I'm not mad at the title change.
Neither am I.
Neither am I love Jacob Fatu.
Me too.
With all of my heart and soul.
Mm-hmm.
But I also love Solo Sikoa.
But since Jacob ain't gonna say it no more.
I love you, Solo.
Love you, Solo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Not mad at it at all. Mad at it at all. I really definitely think that Solo. If they didn't do it, they were going to ruin Solo.
I literally called it right before.
Yes.
They would have ruined him had he gone any further without any kind of an accomplishment. It would have made everything that he's done null and void.
Yeah.
It would have taken all of his power. Nobody would give a good googly moogly about any of the new, Samoans that have joined the main roster. It would have ruined it. There would have been no reason.
Yep.
Right.
And Jacob being the character that he is, and my husband how to talk me through this moment. Being who he is, he doesn't need that title for real, for real.
No.
Wonderful that he had it, but he was over. He's no more over with it than he was without it. Baby's
Right.
just over. And it's earned entirely. It is absolutely earned. Absolutely earned.
Solo's flipping hilarious.
Yeah. And it was a good opportunity to definitely bring back the old and new members of the bloodline.
I don't even think they should call it the bloodline.
No, I think that's dead. They definitely need
They
something
gotta
new.
call it something else now.
They need something new. And
I
we
was
have
shocked
mistakes
with the
that it's showing.
returns because I was not expecting to see Tonga Loa there. Everybody was wondering
him I expected
where
back
was he?
Because I had been hearing that he was ready to come back. So him I expected. Okay. I really hope they just like, okay, why can't you call him Hikaleo? Like, is that not his name? Like,
Yes, that is his name.
Okay, like, so just call him that. Please don't do what you're planning. Because if you do what you're planning, when all of them are together, we're looking at Tamatonga, Tongaloa, and Talatonga.
Yes. Yes.
Don't call him that.
That's what they're doing.
Don't call him that. Just call him Hikaleo, please.
Well, they don't know, they're not just gonna do what we ask.
Like, y'all literally,
It's not
okay,
gonna happen.
it's spelled Talla.
I know.
Why is it spelled like that?
So it was great to see.
Tell me why it's spelled like that without telling me why it's spelled like that.
So it was really great. GOAT for sure. Yes, John May. Yes, brother. No, but it was really good for that debut. I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the segment, the whole thing in general. And I'm excited to see what Solo is gonna do with it. I mean, we know he can. He just has to now. We know he can. So
4 letters, 1 word.
If you ask me, I wouldn't mind seeing them two go at it again at SummerSlam. I wouldn't mind seeing Jacob and Solo go at it one more time for that title at SummerSlam.
I'm about to call out. I'm calling out the War Games match right now. Because it's gonna happen. Okay. War Games this year is gonna be Solo's group. I'm not calling it the Bloodline. I just don't know what I'm calling it yet. It's gonna be Solo's group with Tamatonga back against Jacob, Jimmy, probably Jay.
No,
I'm not putting him in there.
Okay.
I'm not putting him in there.
So who you putting in there? Spit it out.
I'm thinking like
you were supposed to already have the thought ready.
It's gonna Jacob, Jimmy, and Jay are gonna find 2 other partners and go against Solo them in War Games.
But whoever
we see that happening.
We need to have a real big name, though. I mean, we already have big names, but we need the name.
But he's gonna be busy with trying to keep Seth from getting things done.
Then they don't do it. You can't have a Samoan moment and not have Roman Reigns.
Yes, you can. That was the point.
If you want to do it, if you want to do a Samoan War Games, since you're bringing people in, you got to bring in the most obvious name that everybody's talking about. You got to bring in Zilla Fatu.
They're probably gonna call Zilla. Yeah.
And I'm cool with
that.
You
got to call Zilla.
But they gonna call Zilla, and they need one more. They just need one more after that. Well, I'm searching right now.
It needs to be, but here's the thing. Yes, we know that all of us, they're all big names. That's not taking anything away from them. But with something like War Games and the weight that carries, you still need that name. You
Yeah, you
still
do.
need that name.
I'm
Brother.
sorry to interrupt y'all, but I just got some breaking news. Rhea Ripley got injured.
I knew it.
We
Oh,
saw
I knew
that
it.
come
Yeah.
across.
I know
Okay, do you know
knew
what the injury was?
No, I haven't. I haven't dived into it yet because I've been paying attention to the podcast, so I have to go deeper into it. Okay, but that is breaking news, though. They
It is
said
breaking news.
Rhea
It is.
got injured.
Yeah.
Was it? I wonder if it was the rope spot. It might have been the rope spot.
It could be the rope
or
spot.
the camera spot
If it
because it's not
wasn't-
something that she does.
If it wasn't the ropes,
Who says Zilla and Rikishi?
John, is that you? Anyway, yeah, it is. It is. It is.
I knew it. That sound like John.
Listen, Rikishi is gonna be there to complain about everything that happens.
Everything that
Exactly. That's his job.
He's gonna get in the match. Why you hit Jay like that? What's wrong with y'all and my boy?
My poor Rhea,
Mhm.
my mommy.
Yeah.
Mommy, we just hope and pray that whatever it is,
Just
not even
speedy
so much about
recovery.
you being gone, but just be well.
Okay.
Just be
Get
well.
All right. Nah, we gotta address the elephant in the room right now. There is a huge injury bug going around the WWE
Yeah.
right now.
And
It
between
is.
Liv and Rhea, those are two big
Liv.
names for the women's division.
Rhea, Chad,
Mm-hmm.
Chad,
Dom. That's 4 right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's 4 who are involved in something.
Regularly.
yes.
Yeah.
Like,
But it just goes to show, though, and I don't know who I was talking to. I don't even think I was talking to a wrestling fan. I was talking to somebody about it and just kind of talking about how, maybe it was with you, baby. We were talking about
Maybe.
Liv's injury and how Liv's injury and then one of Shotzi's injuries when she blew her knee out.
Yes.
And just how it's something that's just so minuscule that you do all the time.
Yep.
But that just goes to show the wear and tear on your body. You're not even doing anything that could have been, specifically strenuous.
No.
And you're injured from it because it's just so much strain on their bodies. Like
Another
day
prime
in and
example
day
of
out.
injury, not to cut you off, sis.
You're good. I'm good.
Zoe Stark. Zoe
Oh,
Stark,
that was
another
one.
great
Yep.
talent.
Zoe Stark.
And the
Yep.
way that she landed on that knee, injuries is all around the corner, bro. If Rhea, and I agree with that. If Rhea Ripley is legitimately hurt, what are their plans? They got a all women's pay-per-view coming up, Evolution,
Yeah, man.
in a few weeks.
Yeah, man.
How are you going to adjust to that with
Big
2 major
names
stars being
gone.
out?
Don't say nothing about that. Please don't. We don't want to know about no. Can we delete the comment?
I don't want to look or touch.
No.
Yes.
But you know what though? This would be you know what this would be a good time for then?
Right.
Do you know who it would be a good time for to do what they needed to do at this moment? If it would ever be a possibility.
Talk about it.
If it were ever to be a possibility, this is the time we need AJ Lee.
Yes.
This is the time. You've
Yes.
got you've got 2 big talents out. And especially because you got Nikki Bella trying to find her way back and Brie Bella. Absolutely not. I rebuke it in the name. But
No.
what we can do is definitely have AJ come in and say, we gonna still be
Feel
wrestling
about the Bellas,
here.
how I feel about Tony D'Angelo. No.
We gonna still be wrestling in here, okay? This would be a great time for AJ Lee to return. And not necessarily save the women's roster because it's not in danger, but we do need to fill a void. That's a big void.
Hold up.
That's a big void.
Real quick.
And another thing I don't want to see y'all do.
Real quick. Hold up, bro. John, real quick. Y'all can't see the comment, but I can. John, the door. The door.
Get out of here.
We will not be bringing back
No.
Julie.
That's not happening. Get
The
out.
door.
And
The
you know what I
outer
don't want to
door.
see them do? I get that it's an all women's pay per view.
Please, can we stop saying that?
As much as I love them, I don't want to see Lita and Trish Stratus neither. I'm sorry. I'm saying
Oh,
I
please. No
No.
more.
no.
I-
No more.
Yeah. And it's not that it's not the talent situation. It's just a situation of we're not there anymore.
Okay.
We're not there anymore.
This is shocking coming from my mouth. Mickey James, I don't want to see you either.
Yeah.
No.
And I really hope that they don't misfire and call up names from NXT that aren't ready to call up.
So I just got information. So it was the kendo shots.
I knew it to the
I knew
ribs.
Yeah, so she got the bruised ribs. So it might not be as bad,
Okay.
Yeah.
but
I mean, at least you don't need surgery or nothing.
no,
Right.
no. And also Otis has been off TV because he was injured as well.
Another injury. Wow.
Dang.
Ladies and gentlemen, see what we talk about? Injury bug is this is
So,
crazy.
ladies and gentlemen, my new spot on Jump Over the Barricade podcast is the
Breaking
roving reporter. So
news.
I will bring
news.
in information as it develops. Back to you
Our,
guys.
our
We
very own
appreciate you,
roving
brother.
reporter, Mel Walker. Oh,
All right,
all right, we
let's
gotta
keep
hurry up.
going.
My
We got
phone's
stuff
gonna die.
going on. All right, let's
Yes.
move on. Jade Cargill and Asuka for the 2025 Queen of the Ring final, and we have
our Queen of the Ring.
Storm.
Is the Storm. Yeah, well, yeah, she came out dressed as Storm.
Yes, I loved
Jade
it. I
Cargill.
loved it.
Came out dressed.
Yeah,
as
it was fantastic. It was fantastic. She looked beautiful. And again, we know the crowd wasn't behind the win, but if the
Like
win is
crickets.
leading to where we think it's leading, I'm for it.
Yes.
I'm absolutely for it. And it was a really big moment for her, not gonna lie, because first of all, it's Asuka. And people who've only I think it always goes back to when you've only known someone from the WWE, you don't know them. And that's the kind of the same thing with Asuka. You don't know Asuka. You don't know Asuka. And so
If I look at you, say the name Kana, and you like, huh?
You don't know.
You don't know.
don't know Asuka. But because it's Asuka, on top of it being Queen of the Ring, on top of it being in Saudi, that's a big moment for Jade. It's a big moment. And I'm not, and here's the thing, though I think she needs work, I'm not gonna say she didn't work for it. I won't never say that.
No.
Never will say that.
Not at all.
Yeah, never will say that. So this was definitely earned. And I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I don't know necessarily if this needed to be Asuka in the sense of what it does for Asuka. So yeah.
To me,
What
shout out
made
to
Jade
Asuka.
over-rotate
Shout
on
out to
him?
Asuka, and a lot of people don't get this credit for putting other people over. Shout out to Asuka for putting over Jade.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Mm-hmm. And she
As
is a
you
vet
said
in it
earlier-
now.
As you said earlier on the show, shout out to Brian Gummel. That's funny, Tori. I'm gonna start using that. But
Brian Gum.
getting deeper into Jade, I want to see what she's gonna do with it next. You got that
Yeah.
title shot at SummerSlam. We know that the talent is there. We know what you can. Let's see what you can do with it after that. You have it now. The ball's in your court. Are you gonna fumble the ball, or are you gonna go out there and show the world what you can do?
No, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right on that. And that's how. I mean, honestly, I really hope that the match at SummerSlam with her and Tiffany is, I hope she shows something in that match. Shows a lot in that match. We all know how it's going to end up for her. But I definitely hope she shows out in that match. Like, bro, even at WrestleMania, when she did that spot with Naomi on her neck, and she did that spot where she popped her up and turned into the powerbomb.
Mm-hmm.
me and Val were terrified. But then when she landed it, we were like,
yeah. Because it's not, again, she has it, but it's just she still needs to grow. That's all. Still needs to grow. I do hope though, if she does end up taking it off of Tiff, I just hope that the time that she has it, I hope that they really allow her. I hope they do it right, because it definitely could make or break who Jade Cargill is in the WWE.
I mean, she back on so long. She gonna have it for about 20 seconds.
I know.
I was just about to say that she's probably gonna have it for about 20
if
seconds.
they do, but if they don't do it that way, I would hate to see them really do it that way. Though it would be great for Naomi, because that's what we know we're talking about. I don't want to see Jade lose it like that.
Right.
I don't want that for her. I don't want that for her
either. I want to see. Okay, if you win the big one, let's see what you can do with it. You got the chip. Let's see what you can do with the chip by yourself. We saw what you can do with the tag titles with Bianca. We saw all of that. Been there, done that. Nobody was touching y'all, if you ask me personally. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call facts. Yeah. Nobody in that tag division was touching them two. Now that you don't have that anymore and you by yourself, when you get that title, what are you going to do with it afterwards? How are you going to present yourself? How are you going to carry yourself now that you have that grasp? You grasp for that brass ring. Now that you have it, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
My one nitpick. Stop looking like the crowd is getting to you unless you're about to go heel.
Yes.
Stop showing that the crowd is getting to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you showing it on your face. You're saying it in the promo.
Yes.
Stop. Unless you're about to turn heel and we don't know that yet, stop.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't do anything for her.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for her. And you can't be a storm and be concerned
about the clouds.
Correct. You just gotta rain.
Yep.
You just have to storm. That's it.
We came up with that on the fly. Okay? That was on the fly bars.
You heard it here first.
Yes. Then we had our main event.
Yeah, man.
Undisputed WWE Championship, John Cena versus CM Punk, and a lot of other stuff all at one time.
It was a whole lot of...
Yeah, it was a lot. It went well.
Penta came out there.
Yeah, Sammy, it went well. I appreciated the moments, but it was a lot.
Hey, let me just say this real quick. Hey, Jeff Hardy, you can rest now, bro.
Yes.
Jeff Hardy, you can rest because we have a new champion of coming out to do the run in and
just going real slow.
Yeah, and look, we coming out to the run in, but I'm gonna get my shit in first.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I'm gonna get my stuff in first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this Penta walk down there. Okay, I know this ramp's already long. I'm coming, John.
I know. Cena, but just give me a second.
You know?
No, that was super entertaining.
That is true.
I really love that.
Shout out to TG.
But it's Penta. He has to do it. He has to do it. He has to do it.
Remember what happened when Storm realized what happened when she used her powers? She got more refined. That's true.
Yeah. True.
And they told Lord, they told Elsa to conceal, don't feel. And she didn't reach her full potential until she felt it and let it go.
Jay wins at SummerSlam.
Took it Disney.
And Bianca. That's something I didn't think about.
See it?
But why though?
Jade
what would be the purpose?
SummerSlam. Bianca turns on Jade to help Naomi win it.
Maybe she sees the light.
That, you know what?
Maybe she sees the light, or maybe
you know who's not.
Maybe she sees the fact. Maybe she sees the light.
You know who ain't mad at that? This guy right here.
And she wouldn't care for his idea, but Valerie appreciates Paul's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't be mad
at that.
I would not be mad at that. Sorry if you guys hear the outside world. It is currently storming.
A storm.
A storm has
has come.
A storm has come.
And it is not Jade Cargill.
It is not Jade Cargill.
It's raining.
But yeah, so lots going on in that main event. And still a good match. Even though there was so much going on, it was still really good and it was orchestrated very well. I think Seth came out at the right time. And yes. I loved the I'm just going to slowly do this type deal because I have my, you know what I mean? I got my cronies. I really appreciated that. And Paul Heyman is always going to have the facials. You know, he's always going to take you there. If you are watching the show on mute, Paul Heyman will let you know with his facial expressions.
Absolutely.
What's happening during the show.
Absolutely.
And so I get why they had so many people come out for it. And I get the little teaser of, you know, are we going to have a face Cena moment? But of course, love the fact that we did not have the face Cena moment. I also love the fact that CM Punk was ready for it.
Yeah.
Love that part.
Let me tell you how I know my
because he's not a rookie.
Let me tell you how I know my body is ready for a Roman return. Okay? Because every time it went silent after somebody's music hitting, in my head, I kept going, oh. So the closer Seth got to cashing in, I kept playing it in my head.
Yeah.
So my body is ready for a Roman Reigns return.
We see it. We see it coming.
Now, John, Charles Robinson has been through enough.
Yes.
Correct.
Like if y'all know the story of Charles Robinson in WCW,
a lot.
If y'all know the story of Charles Robinson in WCW, when Macho Man dropped full weight elbow drop on him. Mind you, this is a referee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay? And Macho Man did a full weight diving elbow drop on him and effed that man up for years.
Yeah.
Okay? You did not have to shoulder check that man like that.
No, you didn't.
He went flying,
NFL,
bro.
John Cena. That was an NFL move.
He went flying, John. That was my only little nitpick. Other than that, I loved everything that happened in this match.
Yeah, it was a really great. It was a good match.
Yeah,
it was a good end to the night.
The kickouts from the AAs by Punk, like Punk wasn't.
I knew Seth wasn't done because he's like, okay, I am not gonna give CM Punk the opportunity to walk out of here with the title. What am I gonna do? You gonna know I'm here. You gonna eat this curb stomp one way or the other.
Yeah.
That man pulled a Mr. Big in the download video. That man told Punk.
I want to talk about that comment. Me and my brother Bobby G. Shout out to my brother Bobby G. We were on the phone before this pay-per-view happened, giving our predictions, and not even watching this event. He called everything that was going to happen. From start to finish, he called everything. So shout out to Bobby G for that.
Yeah.
The one thing I definitely called the US title match.
Yes.
I definitely called the US title. I said it to Val right before the bell rang. I said either all of Solo's group is coming back, including Hikuleo, or just Hikuleo is gonna
Yeah.
come, and then and they're gonna cost Jacob the title. Did I not say that?
You did. Yeah, absolutely.
What's going on? What's going on, CJ?
Hello.
Long time.
Shout out to
But
CJ.
man, yeah, listen. It was a crazy, wild, insane week of wrestling, folks.
Yeah, and a good one.
John Cena retained, by the way. In
He
case you hadn't
did.
picked that up.
Yes.
Funniest thing I saw post show was on Twitter. It was a still shot of Seth Rollins Titantron on the screen with the fire coming up and everything. Caption read, "Not gonna lie, when I heard burn it down and saw this, I thought Iran arrived to the show."
And on that note, we thank everybody for joining us this week on Jump Over, the Barricade Wrestling Podcast presented by the Family Meeting Podcast. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share.
I'm not Hulk Hogan.
And we will see you next week.
I am not Hulk Hogan. You will let me do my outro.
And folks, not to cut you off, don't forget, for the Monday Night Raw viewers watching tomorrow night, Raw comes on 6 p.m.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I forgot.
Yes. Dang, that's right when we get home.
Right when we get home.
I have some more breaking news.
Oh.
I just wanted to say that this was an excellent podcast. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to
Thank you, brother.
You wanted to break
Thank
the news.
you, brother. I appreciate you.
All right. So, I guess, unfortunately, we couldn't have Lala today. We'll work it out. We'll get her on.
Yeah.
And she will be on to discuss what happened at Jobber Slam last weekend.
Yes.
Everything that went down. Hey, we're going to get it. We're going to get her on. Probably also with Isaiah Wolf. And Mel, you better be on that show because you was there.
Yes.
So
for more than
don't tell me what to do. I'm grown.
I just did. Now, for myself, for my lovely co-host here, and for our other esteemed co-host over there, this is Jump Over the Barricade as part of the Family Meeting Podcast Network. And as we always say to close it out, I'm still getting a gavel. Meeting adjourned, folks. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.